Thank you, Chairman. And I appreciate us having this hearing today, and talking about Biden era policies. The Republicans have control of this chamber, they have control of the Senate, and they have a Republican president, yet they want to cast the blame, the affordability challenge, on the prior administration instead of taking accountability for their lack of action to drive down the cost that so many of our families are burdened with. In addition, Republicans like to claim their focus as Congress is on eliminating waste across the government. This was their justification for taking health care away from 15 million Americans and making the largest cut to SNAP in the program's history. Now, folks on this side of the aisle voted against that, but that was their framing of the conversation, right? There's waste that we need to go cut out, and their way to do so, taking health care away from 15 million people. As we all know, the opposite of waste is efficiency. This administration set up the Department of Government Efficiency. That sounds like a good idea, right? Most of us would agree in that type of efficiency. What they really did was just fire, remove, hire back, career government officials who have done so much incredible work for our country and created no efficiency in the process. But let me ask all of our witnesses today, as a general matter, is efficiency good or bad? You give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Good? Okay, I think that's interesting. We'll come back. Good, great. But as we've already heard this afternoon, as we've already seen this Congress, Republicans in the Trump administration seem to take issue with efficiency when it comes to energy. This May, Republicans passed and President Trump signed multiple pieces of legislation that repealed Biden-era Department of Energy efficiency standards. Ms. Rinaldi, with respect to waste, wouldn't inefficient household appliances actually contribute to a waste of energy?
Yes, inefficient appliances do contribute to waste.
Right. Waste bad, efficiency good. Makes sense. So if more people use energy efficient products, would that lead to lowering energy costs for American families?
Yes.
Yeah, right. And if more people use energy efficient products, wouldn't that relieve some of the burden that we're putting on our energy grid?
It does.
Seems so simple. Energy prices are dramatically increasing across the country, and our constituents are footing the bill. In my home state of New Jersey, my constituents' energy bills rose by 20% this summer. PGM and others are blaming these price hikes on increased demand due to the rapid deployment of data centers and increased AI adoption, which, as we all know, consumes a significant amount of energy. Ms. Rinaldi, your testimony points out that data centers account for roughly 4.4% of electricity use in 2023, but they're projected to grow to account up to 12% of energy use over the next 3 years. Question: are you aware of any rules or actions being taken by the Trump administration or House Republicans to keep the costs associated with these data centers from being shifted to households?
I'm not aware of anything specific.
Yeah, because I'm on this subcommittee, and we've had tons of AI hearings, but not one about the energy that goes into powering AI, which our consumers, and when I say consumers, I mean our constituents, are footing the bill of. And so it seems to me that that is a big challenge that we have to face, which we don't actually want to face here. We just want to look backwards to the Biden administration and blame them for their policies instead of taking accountability and the work that remains ahead. Shifting a little bit, a question for all witnesses. Do we need more energy production? Just yes or no? Great, I agree. But instead, President Trump and Republicans in Congress have consistently made policy choices to inhibit our ability to quickly bring new energy sources online in order to prop up fossil fuels, including by gutting the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act and the Inflation Reduction Act, and imposing tariffs that will dramatically increase the cost of equipment necessary to build out energy projects. Just quickly, have tariffs been good for home building or bad for home building? It's not been good so far, has it?
No.
Yeah, pretty bad. So they've completely abandoned renewables such as solar and wind so much that they refuse in this committee to use the word renewable when we're talking about energy. And this administration does not allow administration officials to acknowledge an all-the-above strategy when it comes to energy production. We've had witnesses here who say we need more energy, we're seeing the increased demand in AI data centers, but we're gonna cut off the country's supply because we don't believe in offshore wind or solar, despite the fact that in Texas, not a blue state, 30% of their energy production has come from the word renewable energy. And that's why consumers in Texas are paying lower prices for their electricity. Instead of making that a national profile that we can do, they want to take us in opposite direction. They have failed on accountability. They're failing every single day. And it's a travesty that the American people are literally paying for. I yield back.
Yeah, the gentleman's time.